Guys, we're here at the 2019 ATA show here in Louisville, and we're talking to Aaron here at GearHead Archery. If you've not seen some of the GearHead stuff before, this is a unique product. So if you're used to your conventional compound bows and crossbows, this is not it, all right? So GearHead's a really cool product. They've been around for how many years now?
5 years.
5 years, so new to the industry, but very unique, awesome stuff. I'm going to turn it over to Aaron here. He's going to give us some specs and info on some of the new flagship bows for 2019, and just kind of give us a review and price points and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so we came out with the B series this year. We have a 20-inch, a 24-inch, a 30-inch, a 34, 36, and a 40.
Okay. Covering everything from really tiny where you started to actually like a target style bow.
Yeah, so 20-inch all the way up to 40-inch. The bow I'm holding, this is our 34.
Okay.
It's kind of our flagship bow, 360 IBO. Has 4.5 inches adjustable draw length and a rotating mod.
Okay.
Has an 1.5 inches of adjustment in the brace height. So we can adjust the brace height to where it's a real radical setup, and you'll adjust your draw length accordingly. Or you can adjust the brace height to where it's real long, real forgiving, and you'll have to adjust your brace or your draw length accordingly. So that's pretty cool. The grip moves left and right, which is really huge for tuning.
Okay.
And they come in Kuyu. We do Cerakote colors. Our standard color is black anodized. So we have our stabilizer mount here. We can move that in another position up here. They're ambidextrous. You can shoot them right or left-handed. So there's all kinds of stuff to go over on them. But
right. So like I told you, these are not your normal conventional bow that you're used to seeing with GearHead. I mean, just some of the stuff that he's talking about there with adjustable brace height. I mean, you don't see that anywhere. Obviously, the rotating mod giving you the drawing adjustment, but just the look of them is unique to say the least. I think they're going to be a really cool product. What else are we missing? Price point on this?
Price point on this is $12.99 retail.
Okay, it's $12.99 right there with all your top end flagship bows for most people. This is something to check out if you want something different. So what else we got? We got the original.
Yep, so we have the stabilizer bracket, all that stuff on there. We're going to set that there. So here's one of our best sellers. This is our 24-inch.
This is kind of where y'all started.
Yeah, well, we started out at 18 inches, and we still have the 18-inch. But this is, excuse me, this is the 24-inch. It's just shorter than anything else you can get, but it's not still that real micro, like 20, 18-inch. So a lot of guys love this for hunting. The peep angle is not even that bad. It's just like any bow. A new bow you got to get used to. Okay. Same features, 4.5 inches of adjustability, brace height adjustability, right or left hand, Kuyu camo. It's got the limb shield on it. This is our humpback grip.
Okay.
The grip on our 34 was our 1911 grip. That takes 1911 side plates from the handgun.
Gotcha.
So there's thousands of options for side plates, and you can customize it.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Very cool.
So there's that. We have a roller glide here for our cables. Yeah, so that's our 24-inch, and I would say that's our #1 seller, kind of our go-to bow for bow hunting.
So some of the adjustments, I mean, that I'm hearing out of these things is just amazing.
It's huge, yeah.
And just the ability to micro-tune that to what you want and what your feel is. And then from a hunting standpoint, what's the weights on these?
This is 3.75, and that comes in, or sorry, 4.75, and that comes in right around that 4 mark. Okay, so it's just a little under 4 pounds. I mean, the shortness for a tree stand setup, being able to shoot that, kind of maneuver, even a ground blind setup would be amazing. Just the opportunity to move things around. Yeah, backpack hunting and spot and stock. So a lot of guys, they'll take these bows and they won't hunt with a stabilizer on them because they do have a nice front weight here and it balances them out really well. And a lot of guys, you'll be able to spot and stock with this. Sometimes even some guys put their sight in the front here. Okay. So everything's compact here and you can crawl around and everything's just gonna, anything you're crawling with is gonna be safe. Yep, so that's kind of neat.
I know, looking at it, just kind of answer some questions for some folks. I know when you look at these things, obviously any conventional sight mounts to us.
There's not an accessory that won't work on these
so
bows.
Any conventional rest, if you want, you know, your fall away rest or whisker biscuit or whatever, it has all the adaptability to mount any of your conventional accessories that you normally would, stabilizers, everything. Because I'm sure if you're looking at that, you're wondering, man, can my stuff fit on there? And yes, it does.
Absolutely. Limb driver rest, standard drop-aways, quivers. I mean, you can put a quiver on this side and the sight on this side. You have so many options on how to, you know, where you want to balance your bow out. You can put all the different stabilizers. we're pretty excited about the B series and all the adjustability they have.
So that leads us into crossbows.
Yeah, the crossbows. Yeah.
I think we've got one back here.
Yeah, so this is our X16 Tactical. It's our carbon fiber. Here, I can take that.
I was going to say, let me hand that to Mike. All right.
It's our carbon fiber takedown crossbow.
Okay.
Takes AR-15 pistol grip here.
So you got some cool accessibility to change out and
million different options. Here's the butt stock we make. We also sell a bracket that'll put buffer. Has a castle nut. And you can put a buffer tube on it from the AR-15. So you can put Magpul style or any butt stock from an AR-15. So you can super customizable. The one we offer though is extremely comfortable, adjustable cheek rest.
Okay.
Just all around, really high end, a really nice crossbow. The coolest part about this crossbow is the fact that it breaks down.
Okay.
And that's how it ships. Ships in a little bag like this.
You see the case over here that it comes in?
Yep.
Come with the case?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's how it ships. This is the aluminum model. This is the carbon model, and then we also make an aluminum non-takedown, so it does not take down. And we've done a bunch of testing. The scope mounts here. We take the front off, take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on, and our zero stays really well. Yeah.
So when you're looking at these bows, again, the uniqueness of GearHead shines by far. I mean, with the cutout stock and the beautifulness of it there, something you don't see on normally with a crossbow, shooting with a whisker biscuit up front. So you got your arrow kind of floating on that last part.
Yeah, and the cool thing is we don't shoot crossbow bolts. We shoot standard arrows.
Okay, so shoot standard
arrows, so that's pretty neat. We have a Trigger Tech trigger package.
Okay.
Best trigger package, best trigger on the market.
Absolutely.
A lot of crossbow triggers are really stiff, really gritty, really horrible. And if you shoot rifles and know what a nice trigger really feels like, you'll appreciate the rifle feel and the hard break and real crisp.
All right, so where's the price point coming in on this one?
$26.99.
Okay, so $26.99.
So really high-end crossbow that's fully carbon. The aluminum one is $500 cheaper.
Okay.
And the aluminum non-breakdown is $700 cheaper.
What's the weight on that?
Weight on this is 5.75.
Okay, 5.75. So in the crossbow world, that's, I mean, you don't hold one out there one-handed too often.
Yeah.
Unless they're that light.
They're just so crazy light. I mean, you can shoot them like a pistol.
Yeah. So fantastic.
I would, but.
All right. So one of the last things we want to look at. This is really kind of a cool product.
Oh yeah.
Is the bow fishing stuff.
Yep.
I don't know. You want to call it it's not really
sling blade.
A sling blade. Okay.
It's our sling blade.
It's not really a bow. It's not really a slingshot. But it's kind of both.
Exactly. So it's 15 inches. We have a 15-inch. Well, I don't know what you'd call it, axle.
Yeah.
And then we have the 15XL. It's a little bigger than that. You can put the fishing reels up front. And we can use the AMS bottle style reel. Okay. It's pretty awesome. You can shoot it with releaser fingers. And you can just really get
40 pound.
You can get about 35 pounds.
Okay, 35 pounds.
Yep.
So just a real cool item. Something different out there. They dropped one off to us at the shop here back in the summer. We got to play with it a little bit. If you're looking for something different to go out and shoot fish with and just kind of plunk around and have a good time, this is kind of one of those cool little gadgets that you can throw around and have fun with. So
for bow fishing, they're pretty amazing. Yeah.
So, all right, guys. I appreciate you tuning in here. Aaron, thank you again for all your help running through the lineup. And check them out online. And we're going to go shoot some over here on the lanes and just see how they feel and give you a report on that. All right, guys, this is the 24-inch GearHead in the B2 series. It's different, and I don't know how else to describe it. You got to kind of get used to it. The draw is still pretty much like any normal compound bow, but when you come over the top, it kind of rolls out at the back. Still a real solid back wall like you would with any compound. And with the grip sitting back, it felt a little long to me. This was a 28-inch, and I'm a 29, and it still felt a little long. So it may take some little adjustment for you depending on where you adjust that grip to, I'm sure, as well as draw, and kind of sorting that out for yourself to what feels comfortable, maybe a little bit different than a standard compound bow does. But overall, still a great feel. And with that compact design, I didn't feel any canning or torquing, you know, that was really throwing me off or anything like that. You know, shot like any other bow I would have normally shot. Like I said, mainly the draw length was the main thing I noticed a little different, even though this was supposed to be shorter than what I normally shoot. So, but still dead in the hand, shot really well, and like I said, for being so short, you kind of expect it to torque in your hand, and it really didn't. So overall, a real good performance. We're going to shoot one of the longer ones here in just a minute. All right, so this is the GearHead 34, kind of that middle of the road, not their longest, but not by far their shortest. And again, it feels a little long in the draw to me, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. That's adjustments that you got to make for yourself and figure out. This probably feels more like a conventional bow than some of the other GearHeads have. One thing I did notice I had to get a little used to was dropping the arrow through the center. Now, if you're a target guy that's shot a lot and shoot a shoot-through riser or something like that, you're not going to have any issues with that. But for me, I'm used to slapping an arrow up there, and you had to kind of get used to feeding your arrow through the center. I don't know that it would affect you in a hunting situation or anything like that, because typically you're knocked up and ready to go. But there's just some unique things about a GearHead that's different than most of your other bows, and I think they just have to be taken into effect. But the adjustability, the feel, everything's there. I think you can put it right there against any high-end bow out there, and you're going to love the feel and the shootability of this thing. It's just so cool looking and different from everything else we see on the market today. It's something I think you got to take a look at, and you got to go into with an open mind. It's not a bow that you're going to walk up and say, oh, it's just like everything else, because it's not. So when you're checking out a GearHead, be sure to go into it with an open mind and realizing that this is something very different than anything else on the market. But the shootability of it is right there. I think some of that adjustability, the fact that, you know, left or right hand adjustable, moving that grip wherever it feels comfortable to you, adjusting that brace height, all those things create a very unique product, and something that you really need to check out and try for yourself before you look at everything else. I mean, I know we're videoing this, so the GearHead crossbows, I've only taken one shot out of it. So just sitting here, I mean, from the feel of it, I mean, it feels like every other crossbow. You know, it's got that little thunk, and there you go. But I think the really cool aspect of this is that you're shooting any arrow you want out of it. You know, I was talking to him about the spine of the arrow, and after you shoot a really heavy spine, he said you don't really have to. So the way this thing's been engineered, which I guess Skip has been the engineer on some of this, the machinist, so the fact that you can use a conventional arrow out of this, knocking it up, shooting it through a whisker biscuit, is very cool, very unique, but overall going to be a really stable, solid piece of equipment, and that takedown aspect of it, being able to move that around, is really cool. Skip, anything you want to add to this, or what kind of speeds are we getting out of this crossbow?
We advertise 350, but we're actually 360 to 370.
And I'm sure it depends on what area you're putting it into.
We're a little bit quicker, yeah.
So, all right, guys, well, check out a GearHead. Again, some really cool, unique stuff on the market out there. If you're looking for a brand new crossbow and you're looking in that top end market of things, take a look at this one for the compact and the uniqueness of it, and give it a try. So check us out on mikesarchery.com, and give us a like on Facebook and all that good stuff, and we'll get you set up with a GearHead.
Yeah, see you guys. Thanks.